Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Right. So, I have a few questions for you. When you woke up this morning, what was the first thing that you reached for? Or perhaps when you're at a restaurant, look around. Any couple at dinner or any group of friends waiting for a table, where is their attention? What are they looking at? Now, the thing in your hand right now, the thing this video is reaching you through. When was the last time you spent an hour without it? The most brilliant scientific minds set out to build something. They studied attention, dopamine, behavioral design, and they succeeded perfectly. What they built is now in your hand. What they did not ask, what their science could not ask, was the deeper question. Yes, they wanted better communication, faster entertainment, more engagement. But why? Toward what ultimate end? What direction? In the same decade that we perfected this device, adolescent depression rates have doubled. At every dinner table, faces are lit by the screen instead of by each other. And it is not just us that is being manipulated and controlled by this device and therefore by modern science. Modern science studies the entire cosmos to control it, to manipulate it, and it ends up abusing it. The forests, the ocean, the atmosphere, the earth itself, all of it treated as raw material to be extracted, exploited, and then discarded. Modern science is truly the most powerful tool humanity has ever built. But a tool on its own does not know what it is for. A tool needs a hand. A hand needs a heart. A heart needs to know what is real. A heart needs to know what is true. A heart needs to know its purpose, its direction, what it is beating for. And on that question, the deepest question, modern science is silent. Not wrong, just silent. So then we fill that silence ourselves. We fill our heart with our own desires, our ambitions, with whatever feels urgent in the morning. This phone in our hand is what happens when civilization builds enormous power without direction. The power is real, it's the direction that is missing. Has it always been like this? Has humanity always been this lost? This is the modern view. This is how we have come to see the cosmos, to control it, to manipulate it, to extract from it. But it was not always so. Professor Chittick reminds us that for most of human history, in nearly every culture that has ever existed, people studied the cosmos not to control it, but to understand it and to see what it was pointing at. The cosmos was a sign. The stars were a sign. The seasons were a sign. This body was a sign. The point of looking was to recognize what it was telling us. What are all these signs telling us? That there is a greater reality that holds it all together. That you are part of that reality. That the purpose of your short life on this small earth is to come to know this reality, and in knowing it, to be transformed by it. That is Tawheed in action. Tawheed that is moved from the page into the person. And once it has moved into the person, it is how they speak even when they are angry. It is how they treat the people who can do nothing for them. It is what they do when no one is watching. The remembrance of the one has become who they are. And what happens to a person who lives like this, who breathes Tawheed? The Sufis have a phrase for them: Insan-e-Kamil, the complete human. Think about it. He's the complete human. Because every other purpose that modern life offers is incomplete, it's partial. What do we run after? Success, wealth, fame? We want to be the successful human, the wealthy human, the famous human. Each one is a piece of a person dressed up as the whole. The moment we feel we've reached success, wealth, fame, the emptiness returns. But it's the complete human is not partial. The complete human is whole. Why is it whole? Because it's the only purpose that is in harmony with the greater reality, in harmony with the cosmos that points to that reality. Beauty, order, mercy, no longer things to be just seen out there. They are qualities that have to be nurtured in here. That was the direction. That is what the tradition was reaching for. Not a better phone, not a longer life, but a whole human being. So now how do we get there? How does a person sitting in this century, in this flood of phones, noise, information, find their way to this vision that is being lost? The tradition has a word for it. It's called Tahqiq. Tahqiq comes from the word haq. Haq means real, true, right. In fact, al-haq, the real, is one of the names of God. So tahqiq means literally to make real, to realize, not to be told, not to memorize, not to repeat what someone else has said, but to make real for yourself, to realize for yourself, to see reality for yourself. What's the opposite of tahqiq? It has a name too. It's taqlid, imitation. That is believing because our parents believe, believing because our teachers believe. And as a child, that's okay. You need some direction, and that's how you get your direction. That's how life works. We have to imitate. We learn to speak by imitating, we learn to pray by imitating. But if we continue to imitate into adulthood, we never come to see reality for ourselves. We just carry what we've been given. On the deepest question, the question of what is real and what our heart is beating for, Taqlid will not save us. Your father cannot realize the real for you. Your teacher cannot see reality for you. This video cannot experience reality for you. A guide can show you the way, but the realizing of the real is yours and yours alone. So this is the path back. And this recovery can only happen individually through the long yet beautiful process of nurturing one soul at a time. And to do that, we have to take the first step. The first step of realizing sacred reality for ourselves. Seeing the ayat of God with the eye of the heart all around us. Seeing the attributes of the Creator, the Sustainer, manifested in every leaf, every creature, every insect within ourselves and in all the horizons. Once this realization settles in, one must submit to it in word, in action, and even in our deepest thoughts and intentions. So that one is just not following the Sharia mechanically. One doesn't just have an intellectual understanding of theology, but one is immersed in the ocean of reality. Everywhere one turns, one sees nothing but the face of the beloved. Professor Chittick describes this journey beautifully. He shares that in every human being, in all of us, in me, in you, there is a spark. That spark is a small voice. The voice that says when everything is going right and something still feels missing. Is this really all there is? And then that spark is kindled by books, by teachers, by conversations, and most of all, by silent reflection. Over time, with patience and reflection, that spark grows into a steady flame. What you once accepted on someone else's word, you begin to see for yourself. You begin to see the unity that lies beneath the multiplicity, the one that is holding up the many. It's not yet vision, but you begin to know, you begin to get a sense of it. And those consciously on the path of Tahqiq, they go even beyond this. They may find themselves ablaze with the vision of reality as it is. The breath of Tawheed is already present in each and every one of us, as well as in everything we see, smell, hear, taste, or touch. It hasn't gone anywhere. It can't go anywhere because it is reality itself. So you don't need to add anything to the world to find it. You only need to see. So gently close the eyes of the face and look at reality with the eye of the heart. Take care. Keep smiling. Khuda Hafiz.